Welcome back to Unpacked with Ethan featuring Reese. Today is our 4th episode, and we're gonna do something awful today.
We are?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
We're gonna be talking about freshman year of high school. Giving a recap.
I'm so excited.
Maybe giving people some advice.
Whoa!
If they're going into
I wasn't prepared
year.
for that.
What?
I can be though.
Oh, okay. So, where should we start?
First day freshman year, baby. How was it? Walk me through your first day.
I don't really remember it all that well because I guess it wasn't very memorable to me.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. A lot of my freshman year was a blur. I remember I was not very nervous because at my school, our 8th grade is in the high school already.
Oh, okay.
And I also switched schools in 8th grade. So I already got through the nervous phase of going to school.
Yeah.
Because it was my first year in the high school.
Yeah.
And I was also switching schools. So my freshman year, I wasn't as nervous.
That's good.
I can say I was a really annoying freshman year.
I can imagine.
And I'm sure that many people older than me would agree with that. Actually, they would agree with that because somebody told me that my junior year, one of the seniors said that they thought I was the most annoying person they've ever met.
Yeah. What would you do?
I was one of the kids where I would walk down the hallway with my squeaky shoes and squeak them louder.
I can imagine that,
And knowing what I know now, my senior year,
yeah.
I came close to, well, not doing anything violent, of course.
Good.
But when the little fucking brats
Whoa! Okay.
would squeak their shoes at 7 a.m,
Yeah.
I wanted to kill somebody.
Okay.
And
Glad you
so
didn't.
now I understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And I was also really loud, believe it or not.
Wow.
Really loud.
I can imagine. You get pretty
But I was
loud.
also really funny too.
Were you really?
I think so.
Okay. Did people like you?
No.
Wow. Okay.
Everybody hated me, I feel.
Even the people in your grade?
Yeah, especially the people in my grade. Freshman year, there were a lot of people who treated me like shit.
Why did they treat you like shit?
Did
Did they really treat you like shit?
They were like the people who are super passive aggressive. Like, they'll talk about you behind your back.
Okay.
And I'm still not quite sure what I did.
Yeah.
It was just as soon as I moved schools, they hated me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I used to dress very differently too.
How would you dress?
I wore a lot of Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, a lot of sweatpants my freshman year.
Yeah.
I think that's all for like background on it.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my background, if I may.
Yeah.
Okay. My first day, I wore. Okay.
You remember what you wore?
I went to private Catholic school, Ethan. We wore uniforms every day, but the first day was different. But I'll tell you about. I had to wear a skirt. Yeah, not a skirt. A skirt. It was a skirt with shorts underneath it, and a polo, and loafers every day. It was really sexy. Anyways, my first day of freshman year, it was a dress down though, and I wore ripped jeans. They were like a light wash ripped jeans with a sage green crop top and
I cannot believe you remember.
And brown Birkenstocks. And my hair was really long and really blonde. Yeah, I was a very different woman, and I wore makeup every single day, and I wore so much blush and
You were allowed
mascara.
to wear makeup?
Yeah, crazy.
Wow.
Anyways, first day I was so excited. My friends at the time, it was the same friend group that I was in all throughout middle school, and minus a few of them because some went to different high schools, but we all went to the same school, and they like all did the dance team together. So I was already kind of the odd man out, like I always had been. And then going to high school, it was like that kind of exemplified it, but I was so excited to start new and meet new people, and I was so optimistic, and I was so happy my freshman year.
And how did that go for you?
Oh, whoa, we're not there yet, pal.
Okay.
I wrote down same thing. I have to like set the mood of who I was, how I looked. I was very like, I don't want to say visco girl, but I was always like I was very basic. Like it was like super tan, long blonde hair, wore makeup every single day, had like very dainty classy jewelry. I wore a lot of bucket hats in the summer. I had a red Nike hoodie that I thrifted that I wore like every single night, and a blue Cedar Point sweatshirt that I wore all the time. I feel like that kind of sets the mood of who I was. I don't know, I was basic, but like I was basic for myself. I wore a lot of my everyday look when I wasn't at school was jeans and a graphic t-shirt. I wore that every single day. And yellow Converse. Or Birkenstocks. Or Reeboks. I had a pair of white Reeboks that I wore every day. Yeah. Anyways.
Okay, so I have a question for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
When you were a freshman, you probably had a lot of ideas and thoughts about who you were as a person. Are there any of them that are still the same?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yes. Why do you seem so shocked?
No reason. Are you going to share with us?
Well, yeah, but why do you seem so shocked?
Because I don't think I can think of a single thing that has remained the same about me.
Really?
Every year has been different.
Interesting.
And freshman year, I don't even know how to explain it. It was just so much about making sure that everybody else liked me because I was a freshman and I wanted all the older upperclassmen to like me, and I wanted the people in my grade to like me. And it didn't work very well.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear. So do you not care about people liking you anymore?
I think it's different now.
How so?
Because back then I would care about people liking me who I shouldn't have cared about liking me.
Yeah.
Like people who were really mean to me. I tried to get them to like me.
Mm-hmm.
Now I care about making a good impression on people, but if they're assholes, I don't really care what they have to say.
Makes sense. That's good.
So?
Yeah. Me? You want mine?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like my entire life I've been fairly consistent in who I am, you know? Like, I've had a lot of growth as a person. Don't get me wrong. Why are you looking at me like that with your pierced little lips? No, why? I want to know.
No, continue.
Yeah, but you keep making silly faces.
I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm listening.
My goal has always been to be happy. Love has always been a very important part of my life.
Interesting.
Why?
No reason.
No, I want to know why.
That's something you thought going into freshman year?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I have a book written. Not a full book,
okay.
but yeah.
Okay.
These have always been, like, key aspects of my life. Happiness, love, mental health I've always been ferociously passionate about.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd say those are the big ones. Strive to be happy. Strive to love and be loved. And make other people feel wanted. And I'd say that ties into mental health. I've always looked out for other people, and I don't know. Why do you do that?
No reason.
Okay. If you're gonna be mean. Yeah.
Okay, so what should we talk about now? You want to talk about friends? Freshman friends?
Sure. You want to go first or me?
I can go first. I think I have a pretty good
Well, no,
idea.
hold on. I want to know why you were, like, being so weird. Like, why do you not believe me that...
That what?
That all of those things stay
consistent?
consistent?
I don't not believe you. I just think that's interesting that that's things you thought about.
What, my freshman year?
Yeah.
Oh.
My freshman year, I was a lot more focused on everything else.
Yeah, I've always been that way. Focused on things that I probably shouldn't at a young age. And that's why I am the way I am. But continue.
Yeah. So, as far as friendships go, I didn't really have a lot of friends. I had a lot of acquaintances. I made... My only real good friends were all juniors because my class hated me. And I feel like that was actually really helpful.
Your class hating you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because being more friendly with the upperclassmen, I feel like in some ways I matured a lot faster, in other ways I didn't, but
Mhm.
in some ways I did.
Mhm.
And they were all really nice. There was I don't know if I want to use people's names, but there's one girl who was a junior, and
Okay.
I was like a tiny little freshman scared of everything,
Mhm.
and she invited me to go to my first homecoming with her, so that was
You went
something.
to homecoming your freshman year with the junior girl.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
Jesus
I
Christ,
went with
Ethan.
like a whole group of juniors, and
Did she like you? Or was it as friends?
just friends. Yeah. And my cousin Brock also went with us too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It would have, God, she should have told me to wear something different though. I looked like,
Yeah.
God, it was so bad. I had a gold vest and I looked like such a dweeb.
Over a black
If,
shirt. That's even
if
worse.
I saw myself dressed like that today, like, but not myself, if I saw
You
somebody
would
wearing
kill
that,
them.
I'd
You
just
would,
punch them in the face.
yeah, you'd be so
Because they look
mean.
like such a loser.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really awkward. And so, other than that, I didn't really have friends. I had one friend who she became my friend because one time somebody said something about said they said like something queer or something, and then she
To
was sitting,
you?
yeah, she was sitting next to me and she goes, "Are you sure you're talking about him and not you? Because I think you're more gay than he is." And we became friends after that. And then she moved.
I don't know to wear.
Missouri.
Okay. Why do so many people from your hometown just like move to fucking random states? I feel
Yeah.
that's always a theme.
It was halfway through the year too, so it was only the first semester that we were good friends, and then she
That's
left
sad.
and we kind of fell off. And then I had another friend, and we weren't as nice to each other,
Mhm.
but um actually being friends with him meant I got to sit at the lunch table with the people who hated me. So
Oh,
that's something.
that is something.
Yeah, because before that at lunch, I would just sit at a different table every day.
Yeah.
I had nowhere to go.
That's so sad. So did you prefer sitting at a table? With
No,
people you
because
hated? Okay.
the people I could tell they didn't like me when I sat with them.
Yeah.
And normally I'd like go around and find one or two people that I was friendly with and just sit with them.
Yeah.
But then I started sitting with those people every day, and I could just tell that they didn't want me there, and they were only being nice because I was friends with one of them.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna save what I'm gonna say next for like a different topic.
Okay. Can I tell you about mine?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said before, same sort of friend group from middle school, and then it was like two of the girls went to two different schools around us. So it was like I would see them. They were my best friends at the time, and I would see them on the weekends and some weeknights. Like I hung out with them all the time. And then the friends that I like came to school with, like start of my freshman year, they really didn't like me and it was very obvious. But same sort of thing where it was very passive aggressive and it was just like little jabs and like constantly excluding me. And whenever I confronted them, I was a very confrontational person.
Me too.
Yeah, and it was always just like, why? Like, I wouldn't bullshit them. I'd just be like, why are you doing this? What did I do? They would always be like, we don't know what you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, they'd very harshly gaslight me and be like, what do you mean? Anyways, and then I distanced myself from them, which is a healthy thing to do. I made other friends, and I had a little friend group there, and I don't know, it was a mess because then all my old friends got jealous and were like, I can't believe you're making new friends. And then they started talking to my new friends and were spreading rumors to them. So then it was like I had everybody hate me because my old friends were jealous, so they tried to turn my new friends against me, but then I didn't want to go back to my old friends because they were shitty people. So it's like this whole big thing, but I still had my outside of school friends. I don't know. And then I joined lacrosse and I got close with the lacrosse girls. So I guess that was like my end of year thing. And I had so many different friends my freshman year. And then me and two other girls, it was one girl from my middle school friend group and then one girl from my, I guess, like lacrosse friend group. The three of us, we were us against the world. And yeah, it was very like, we don't need anybody else. It was just the three of us, and we had so much fun. But Us Against the World did end up dissolving, but I'll save that for another year.
Okay.
Anyways.
So you brought up lacrosse.
Yeah, I did.
Did you do any other sports?
My freshman year?
Yeah.
No. No. Because in the fall for girls, there really isn't anything. There's swim, but I didn't want to. And I would have played soccer, but soccer and lacrosse were at the same time. And I had more friends playing lacrosse, so that's what I did.
How was it?
Lacrosse? God, my freshman year was really fun. I really liked lacrosse. I love the sport. I was a defender and a midfield, depending on the day. And I really loved it. It was so much fun. Yeah, lots of good memories of lacrosse. That changed, but that another episode. What sports did you play freshman year?
Well, before freshman year, I played a lot of sports. During freshman
We're
year,
talking about freshman year.
it changed a lot.
Yeah.
So, first season was like the fall season, so you could choose at a really small school, so we didn't have many sports to choose from.
Yeah.
So it was like football or soccer, and you get to choose which one. And my parents were like, you have to do a sport every single season.
Yeah. Why?
Otherwise, you're lazy, and you need to find something to do, either do a sport or get a job.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. And so I did soccer, not because of that, but just because I'd played soccer for my entire life.
Yeah.
And it was fine. It was some of the same people who really didn't like me. And so it was just like, I don't know. I kind of felt out of the loop most of the time, but I didn't really care because I gotta let the talent speak for itself. Like,
so true.
You can hate me all you want, but
Yeah.
And after that was the winter season, which I used to play basketball, and then I quit because of the same reason. And I didn't like basketball enough to keep going with it. So I did indoor soccer.
Oh boy.
And I love indoor soccer. I just love hitting people into the walls.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah. And it's just so much fun.
So true.
And in the spring season, that was probably the most interesting because it was between track, baseball, and golf.
Yeah.
I'd done baseball before. I quit that way years ago because I realized I hated it. And I'd done track before, but I was just a little freshman, and you had to wear these tight little spandex things. And I was like, there is no way I'm wearing those in front of the upperclassmen. So I didn't do track.
Because of that?
Yeah.
That's funny.
And I loved track before that too. I was just too nervous because it was going to be a bunch of upperclassmen.
Oh.
And so I did golf.
Yeah.
Because that was the only option. And I did it with my friend, and we basically had to convince each other to join the golf team. And it was a really small team, and we were both really, really bad.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to speak for him.
Yeah.
I was really bad. He was around there with me. I don't know how he felt about his performance, but in my book, we were really, really bad.
Yeah.
And we did a scramble one time, which is where you basically pair up with somebody and you both hit the ball and you take your best ball.
Yeah.
And so it's basically a round of golf.
Yeah.
Just with two people playing for one
Gotcha.
score. And
just like mini golf? Oh, not like mini golf.
not at all like mini golf actually, but good comparison.
Thank you.
And my golf clubs went into the water.
Oh, you sucked. Yeah.
And I had to jump in and get them out before they sank.
Yeah.
And my shoes were soggy the rest of the day.
Oh.
And it was fun though.
Did you get to wear like khakis and a polo?
Yep,
Oh,
you had to wear the khakis and the polo. And yeah, it was quite the experience. I thought it was fun though. I still like to golf.
Yeah.
I don't like to compete.
Why?
Because I'm really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
And the people I'd compete against were always so... They were so ugh.
Oh, yeah.
I got yelled at for taking too long one time by this dude. But sometimes, you get paired with good people.
Yeah.
I had this one dude who helped me build a bird nest because we found a egg.
Oh.
And he
That's
helped
so
me
sweet.
build a bird nest. And one time I hit my ball and lost it. And normally you like have to restart if you lose a ball like completely, or wherever it came out, you have to put it down and add an extra stroke. And he tossed one out and goes, "Oh, I found your ball."
That's
He
so
was
nice.
probably the nicest person I've ever met, and I don't remember his name. All I remember is that he had really long legs and a really
No.
short torso
Oh no.
because he broke his back going down a slide in elementary school. He
Jesus,
told me the whole
That's
story.
really funny.
And that's all I remember about him. But he was probably the nicest person I've ever met.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Well,
That was the end of sports?
yeah, that's all I did.
So, you didn't have a job then?
I did not have a job.
I had a job. You want to hear about a job?
Yes.
Oh boy. So, I, for some reason, was like obsessed with the idea of working from like 8th grade. No, like 7th grade. I wanted a job so bad, right? I applied to work at Kroger when I was like 11. And what? They didn't want the 11-year-old, but they still send me emails every single day telling me that they're hiring. But now I'm 18 and in college, so I don't want to work there. Anyways, besides the point. Because it's 2.5 hours away from where I currently live. Anyways, that's besides the point. So I was like freaking looking everywhere I could to find a job. And then finally, the summer before my freshman year, I was 12, I found a place that would hire me. And it was the smoothie shop, the like family-owned smoothie shop that was like a 20-minute walk from my house because I couldn't drive. So that's what I did. I got hired at the family-owned smoothie shop by my house, and that is what I did. I worked a few times a week, and then during the summer, I worked like every single day. And it was so silly because I would make smoothies and all of the food, and most of the time I was the only like kid who worked there. It was all like older people, and all of the older people would just sit in the back and smoke. They were all like heavy smokers, so I would be the one like bringing the people up. I'm the cashier. Oh my god, and people would always try to scam me because I was just a little girl. They'd be like, "I gave you a 20," and I'd be like, "No, it was a 10." Because they charged us anyways. So I made the smoothies, I made the food, and we also did meal prep. So I got really good at cooking because I had to make, like, meals. Anyways, that's my job. That was my
I do wish
job
I
my
would have
freshman
done
year.
something.
A job?
Yeah, but I don't think I would have really had time for it because I
Yeah.
don't regret like any of the sports and any of the other like things I did outside of school.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm glad I did all that. So
Yeah.
did you do anything else like extracurriculars?
I mean, in school, I was a part of, like, every single club. Yeah, like, I was a part of NHS, which was, like, it was stupid.
I didn't know you could get into NHS as a freshman. I thought
Yeah.
at my
In
school, I feel
it was,
like
like,
you had to be
second semester.
Oh,
You
okay.
could. Yeah.
Yeah. I did class council. I didn't. So we had our class council, which was like your class level.
Yeah.
Then we had student government, which was like representatives from every level
Mm-hmm.
for the high school.
Yeah.
And so you voted on it for student government.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even try to get in because I'm like, these people hate me.
Yeah, that's how
So
I was, yeah.
I didn't do it. And so I was in class council instead.
Mm-hmm.
And we do like the floats and stuff. And surprise, surprise, a lot of the people who hated me,
Yeah.
they were also in that. So
Crazy.
it was just a joy all around with everything I did. I also did Quiz Bowl. Do you know what that is?
Oh, yeah, baby.
And I was really bad at it.
Yeah.
Like,
You're so proud of yourself.
no, I was so bad.
Yeah.
It was the same friend that I did golf with.
Mm-hmm.
We also did Quiz Bowl together.
Yeah.
And we were, yeah, it was not good. And it was really embarrassing. But one time they asked me a question about some singer.
Yeah.
And I knew the answer. And that is the one question I got
Jesus
right
Christ.
the entire time. For those of you who don't know, Quiz Bowl is basically like a trivia game. And I was really bad at like history, math, anything
Everything
like
but
that.
pop culture.
Geography. But they asked me a question about who sings a song. I was on that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a part of an Optimist Club. Of course. That was really fun. That was like, we would raise money for people and we'd write nice notes around. My school was a really sad place. Private school was really sad. They don't care about anything but God. So Optimist Club was a necessity.
I feel it. Yeah.
You feel like what?
Public school is a sad place too.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it is, but they don't. But I feel like when there's problems, I don't know. I've never been to public school,
When there's
but
problems,
when there's problems here, they're just like, God is the answer, which
oh,
makes it worse, you know? Because it's like, no, like your entire student body is violently depressed. God is not the answer.
Well,
Anyways,
what else did I do?
I'm trying to think. I don't remember. I know I was a part of so many random
Oh,
clubs because I just joined everything.
I was an honorary member of the history club because I didn't sign up to be in
Yeah.
the history club, but one day they were going on a field trip
Mm-hmm.
and I got the day off if I went,
Yeah.
and they needed a couple more people to go so they could fill the bus. And so my teacher asked me if I wanted to go, and I'm like, heck yeah.
To where?
I don't remember.
Okay, cool.
It was so cool though. I,
Okay, I wish I knew where.
my friend that I did quiz bowl and golf with
Yeah.
also went on the trip, and we wore matching ponchos. Well, not matching. There was a yellow and a red one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so sweet.
Yeah, it was so sweet.
Wow.
But he moved at the end of the year,
Really?
so
Where'd he go?
away
Oh, sorry, my
to a
bad.
different school.
Mm.
So basically, yeah, all the relationships I built my freshman year amounted to nothing because they all left.
Yeah, that's so sad. Sorry, pal.
Yeah. What else could we talk about?
Oh, history? You were talking about history. My one history teacher was a crackhead. He was crazy. He wasn't actually, but him and this other girl had a butter eating competition. And it was who could eat a stick of butter fastest. So it'd be like
What?
random, the girl. Yeah.
What?
God, I love her so much. She's so kind. She was my friend in high school. See, and then I was like friends with like random people where it was just like we weren't besties, but I had so many like in school friends, you know? Like her. She was in a butter eating competition. She was cool like that.
That is really cool.
I know. What did you have any like classes that really stood out?
I had a leadership class because it was
Tell me about
between that and PE, which had a bunch of seniors.
Why is
and
it between the
juniors.
two of those? Leadership or PE?
Because it was the only classes that they had during that hour, and it was the only
okay.
I couldn't switch up any parts of my schedule my freshman year.
Yeah.
So it was like that or leadership, and I'm like, I'm taking leadership. It was with a teacher I liked, so I was like, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And we watched The Greatest Showman like 3 times. And we had like donut days, and I'm really glad I chose that.
I'm glad.
Because I would have been so terrified of all the seniors.
Yeah.
When we played dodgeball.
Did you have any others?
So tiny. I don't think I had many classes that I was like, wow, this is my algebra class. I really liked my algebra class.
Yeah.
Because I loved my teacher, and it was a bunch of like the advanced 8th graders were in the class with us.
Oh, God.
So I was like the behind people.
Jesus.
Because I had moved there in 8th grade, so they didn't know what classes to put me in.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would all like just assume that I was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd be sitting.
Were you?
No.
Okay.
Like, I was the only one who actually knew things half the time.
Yeah.
But that's where I met a lot of my friends, was because a bunch of the 8th graders became my friends in the future. And at first, I was really, really mean to them. The first day when I sat down, one of my friends sat across from me, didn't know who he was. And if you want to hear the rest of the story, you're going to have to wait till after the commercial break. As I was saying before we left,
Of course.
the first day I sat down and made the worst first impression I think I've ever made, because the first thing I said to him was, I can tell I'm not going to like you.
Oh, wow.
And he asked me why. And he's like this short little kid.
Yeah.
And
I'd ask why,
he's
too.
like, why? And I was like,
Oh,
because
I'm sure you sounded like a buff man at freshman year.
I didn't, but like he was tiny.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I said, I can just tell you're full of yourself. And I wasn't that wrong, but
Okay.
he grew on me very quickly,
That's good.
and we were good friends after that.
I'm glad. Any other crazy classes?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay. Why at art class? God, and I loved art class so much. That was like where I met my first new friend my freshman year. And we were homies. But
Whoa,
yeah,
homies?
yeah, we were.
Wow.
Yeah. She's so silly, and we would have the silliest time, and we weren't even supposed to sit next to each other, but for whatever reason we gravitated towards each other, and we would switch seats with these other two people, and it was with these two boys, and they were so mean to me. They would brutally bully me the entire class, but it was okay because it was just for shits and giggles, but they were really mean to me. Anyways, it was a really fun class because they would be like bullying me, but I had my one friend. I had like 3 really good friends in that class, and we'd have so much fun together, and I was so bad at art. I still am really bad at art, but the teacher's name was Mr. Divine, and we called him Dr. Divine. I'm trying to think. I don't know. It was just a silly class, and I really liked it. And every Friday, me and the one girl, I'm gonna name drop her, Elena.
Oh shit!
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa, is this gonna be bad?
No, she's the girl that I was talking about.
Okay. I thought you were gonna name drop somebody bad. I was like, shit.
She's
going in.
We did Meme Friday every Friday, and we would find a different meme to draw on the board really big, and everyone hated us for it, but we had so much fun, and we would pick like the most obnoxious meme to draw, and the teacher was like, yeah, because we were using our art skills. Yeah. At computer science. Oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
No, nothing. Go on.
Okay. At computer science, that was a funny class, because computer science, nobody really took it your freshman year. Most people took it when you were like older because it was a 1-semester class, so it was all upperclassmen, but it was like all like really nerdy upperclassmen, like nerdy boys.
Well, because it's computer science.
Well, it was a requirement.
Really?
Yeah.
You had to take okay.
Oh, why? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Biology was silly. Me and my other friend, we would do vlogs. The entire class, we'd sit next to each other and we'd vlog the entire class, and we'd like whisper into the camera. And we weren't, like, we couldn't have our phones or anything because private school. So we had our tablets that we took notes on. So it's all, like, tablet quality. And...
Do you still have them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, yeah, I was in Spanish. I don't know. Everything was silly. But, like, for no particular reason. It was just, like, every single class was a fever dream to be in. It was just weird. I really wanted to cut bangs, too.
Okay.
And I was really tempted to cut bangs in class. Every class, I would be like, guys, I'd pull out my scissors and I'd be like, I'm gonna cut bangs. And that's when it really started.
Okay.
Anyways, continue. I had to put that out there.
So, freshman year is normally when you have the most beginning experiences. Of like,
beginning experiences, sure, yeah.
Like the first time you're doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Do you have any memorable first times? Not sexual.
Well, don't worry about that. First times.
I have both, so.
I don't know. No, I don't know. Like, you give me an example first. I'm lost as to what you mean.
Just like, God, I don't know. Like, at my school, it was my first time getting an actual GPA. So I was like, oh God. We had like, it was basically the same as 8th grade, except there was more pressure because you're in high school now.
Yeah.
And so we had like our exams and shit. And I guess, how were you? What was your mentality about like grades and everything freshman year?
Oh, since I was born, I've been a very academically driven person. So I don't know. It was the same as it had always been. I've always had a GPA. Or since 6th grade, I had a GPA. Since 6th grade, I had finals. So I took every honors class I could my freshman year. And I was very motivated to do the best I could. How were you like?
I was very uptight with everything. Like, if I got less than an A on anything, I was so upset. And I got my only A- from a class called computer presentations, where you just gave computer presentations.
What?
And I'm gonna name drop.
Whoa.
Because I can't remember her name.
Oh God.
I can't remember her name.
Okay.
But she's my aunt.
What?
The teacher was my aunt, and she gave me my only A-. Tanya?
Are you serious?
Fuck you.
Whoa.
So
Are you serious? Like,
I'm
like
dead serious.
aunt? Who is it? Your mom or dad's side?
It's my mom's side, but she's my aunt by marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so they're not the sisters.
Okay.
But she gave me my only A minus, and I put together the most beautiful presentations. I made a koala presentation one time. I made a Halloween presentation where I made a Kahoot to go with it at the end to include everybody.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
I handed out Halloween candy.
Shit.
And I got a B+ on it. And
Jesus.
the end of the class I ended with an A-.
Mm-hmm.
And there were people in that class that wouldn't even spell words right on their presentation, and they'd get an A.
Do you think she did it just because you were family? And it was kind of like you gotta work for your grades, Ethan?
I don't know, but I really don't like her. Because of her, I was destined to fail for the rest of high school.
That's what it was in computer presentations.
I was destined to not be top of my class because of her.
Weren't she still top of your class? Okay, sorry. We'll
Don't
get there
spoil
later.
anything.
Sorry.
But yeah, so anything else? I'm trying to think of other things that were like, wow.
Like, I had my first, like, all of, like, high school activities, like, first homecoming.
Oh, yeah.
First, like, spirit
I don't
week.
think I went.
Homecoming?
Yeah.
I thought you got asked by a
No,
junior.
like, I didn't go to the game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I forgot about football games. Football games were such a not fun thing at my school because we were a private school, if I haven't mentioned that. And we dropped out of the, like, actual league in my area because we were so bad. So we dropped out of the football league, so we had to play people from, like, 2 or 3 hours away. So football games weren't very fun because everybody sucked. So not a lot of school spirit. Anyways.
Our school also, actually my freshman year, we had a bit of school spirit. It went downhill after that. Yeah. But freshman year, it was like, I guess it was okay. I just didn't like going to anything because people didn't like me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We had Sadie's. Did you have Sadie's? Or like a winter dance? Winter formal?
Oh yeah, it was called
Sadie's.
Winterfest.
Oh.
And I went with my friend Haley to that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was fun. I still looked like a dweeb that year too.
Wasn't it the same year?
Well, yeah, I was just the different semester. And yeah.
Why'd you look like a dweeb?
Because I still couldn't
What'd
figure
you wear?
out. It was I can't actually. I think it was a gray vest this time.
Ooh, why so many vests? Was that like a thing at your school?
It kind of was.
Okay, nobody wore vests. Oh, I'll tell you what everybody wore after.
Okay, you can go. I don't really have anything.
Oh, you just look like a dweeb?
Yeah, I looked like a dweeb for the second time in a row.
Okay. Well, I guess this wasn't really my freshman year. Sorry.
Oh, don't share it then.
Really?
Nope. Save it.
Okay. Freshman year, everyone wore suits to homecoming.
Really?
Yeah. And my homecoming, I wore a black and white dress. It was really pretty, I thought. And then Sadie's, I just wore a long black, tight, long sleeve dress.
Did they dress the same for like homecoming as they would for prom?
No. Homecoming was short dresses. Prom was long dresses. Boys?
Yeah.
Boys was the same, yeah.
Because
except for
it was more.
Well, no, not really. But you told me I couldn't tell you how it was different.
You can tell me later.
Oh, I'm gonna forget. Okay.
Write it down. Yeah, our homecoming, it was more like you didn't wear the full suit coat and everything. Most people didn't. They just had a dress shirt. And
I think the boys would wear suit coats. Maybe they didn't. Maybe I'm hallucinating. I didn't go with a boy to a single dance. Shocker, I know.
Me either.
Whoa. Okay.
Actually, that's a lie.
When? What grade?
We're not there yet.
Oh, sorry.
What else? Oh, so I almost went to prom my freshman year, but I'm really, really glad I didn't.
Why? Wait, what grade could you go to prom? Just senior year?
Junior and senior year.
Okay.
It was the junior-senior prom. The juniors put it on for the seniors, but both could go.
Okay.
So, but if you got invited by a junior or senior, you could obviously go.
Yeah.
And so I had my one friend who was a junior who by this time I think she had a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't really talk as much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But her sister was a senior, and I was friends with both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And her sister was going to invite me, but then it was like a whole big fuss over this other girl in my grade who wanted to go, but they were already inviting someone else, so they made her invite her.
Oh, no.
So that it was a whole thing, and yeah, I'm really glad I didn't go because
Why?
that would have been really embarrassing to go to the prom and look like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got my shit figured out before I had my own prom, thankfully. Any other interesting things that happened? I could talk a lot about
period.
relationships.
So could I.
Do you want to?
I guess.
Do you want to start or do you want me to?
You can go.
I gotta think of specific ones. So, one of the people who didn't really like me, I was very mean to. My freshman year was when I was aware of spam accounts, like Instagram spam accounts. That's when I made my famous Instagram spam, and it's been everything that I've ever posted is still up. What? Plug it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, youtube.video.kid. It will probably change at some point because I don't know. I don't really like the username anymore. It was made because somebody made a joke one time. Well, not a joke. They were really mad.
Yeah.
So I've had that spam since my freshman year. It's got like almost 600 posts. I have only deleted like 3 posts, and they're not deleted. They're just archived because I always want to remember. And so I would make really mean posts like regarding people, but not mention their names, like how angry they made me. And this one kid made me so angry. And I would talk about how he was a terrible friend. And looking back at it now, I realized that he was decent enough.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't a good friend, but he was decent enough. And I was actually just in love with him.
Wow, that's
why
crazy.
I was so mean to him.
Really?
Yeah.
And you didn't realize at the time that you were in love with him?
No.
So how did you later figure out that you were in love with him?
Because I remember... I don't know if I can share... Yeah, I will.
Do it.
Okay, So my freshman year, talk about first. My freshman year was also the first time I ever had a wet dream. And the last.
And it was about him?
Yep.
Wow!
And there's a theory that you are more likely to have wet dreams when you're wearing jeans.
Why would you sleep in jeans?
Because I got home after like some event or something and I passed out.
Okay.
And I jizzed in my pants, my jeans.
Whoa.
And it was the only time I've ever done that. And so I have a very vivid memory of it.
No, please don't share.
I'm not going to, but
so
yeah, I was actually in love with him and he was one of the biggest players I know.
Really?
And yeah.
Did he like boys?
No. Well, I guess we'll never know.
Okay.
I guess we'll never know.
So, back to relationships. What did this teach you about relationships?
This taught me... What did this teach me? This taught me nothing.
Okay, I'm really confused.
Wait till sophomore year, you'll hear some other interesting things.
About the same person?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, so, it taught me that...
Don't wear jeans to bed.
Don't wear jeans to bed unless you really want to have a good time. And I didn't think that was a thing. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I looked it up one time.
Okay.
Yeah, that also taught me that I really latch on to people who want nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Who would have thought?
I wouldn't have known. No.
I'm confused. You're like, I could talk a lot about what I learned.
I could talk about more.
And that's what you wanted to share? It's the most random fucking relationship you could have possibly picked for your freshman year.
The one that made me the saddest.
Okay.
The one that made me the happiest.
Oh, I thought you were saying that was also the one that made you the happiest.
So, I also... I got nothing.
That's it?
My friend Haley, she was really nice.
Okay.
And she was one of the only people who would stick up for me even when I wasn't around.
Oh, how kind.
Yeah, and I'd say we're still friends. We don't really talk anymore, but yeah, we're cool.
I'm glad. Why don't you talk anymore?
We just stopped talking. I don't even know where she is anymore. She was supposed to come here for college, but then something went wrong or something.
Yeah.
And I just haven't heard from her.
That's unfortunate.
It's just the way it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
The way it's always been.
Okay.
What about you? Any relationships?
No.
None?
No, I'm just kidding. Lots. So, wow, I don't even know where to
Wow.
start. It was crazy.
Share some of the silliest ones you got.
Why?
Because we still got to talk about summer.
Oh,
The summer after.
God. Okay, there's nothing that's silly. Everything was really sad.
Well, that's what I
Nobody
mean
loved
by
me.
silly.
Okay. Everybody really hated me, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy, I know.
Gosh,
But I never...
Were we the same person?
Yeah.
Good. Wow.
There actually are a lot of parallels, I think, between us. Every grade level. Especially one in particular, but we'll get to that one later.
Oh, that one's gonna be interesting.
Anyways, everybody hated me, and I didn't really know why. And it was probably because I really didn't care what anybody thought. And I was just very, there to have a good time, you know? And everyone just liked to mope and wallow in their own fucking sorrow.
I know somebody like that.
Oh, no! That's so terrible! I hate people.
Can I say a name?
No!
Okay.
I hate people like that. But everybody would come to school freshman year like, oh my God, I wish I wasn't alive. I hate school. And I was like, well, yeah, you're gonna have a fucking miserable time if you show up to school like that. And I showed up every day like, ready to fucking party. Go figure. Fucking, who would have thunk? Everybody hated me because I was happy. Yeah, I got bullied for being too happy my freshman year.
Wow.
And then, spoiler, my sophomore year, I got bullied for being too sad. I can't win with these people. Anyways, yeah, everyone was like, you're too happy. Okay, anyways.
Any specific stories?
Just so many, rumors about me, and none of them were good. It was like, she's a racist. And then I would say, how is I racist? And they would be like, and they didn't have any proof, because I'm not racist.
Oh
And
my God.
then, what?
That reminds me, there was a rumor about me.
What was the rumor?
The rumor was that I liked men.
Was it true?
At the time. Kinda.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So was it really a rumor, then?
They spread it.
Okay.
So,
I feel like rumors have to be false to be rumors. Do they not?
No, I disagree.
Okay, fine.
I really disagree.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess that was a rumor.
Okay, thank you for sharing. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's what I thought.
Rumors. Okay. Yeah, and everyone was just like, she's a bitch. A lot of people said that I only cared about myself and that I was very self-centered. Which is interesting.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I'd say.
Not accurate.
Don't be mean. Don't bully me like my freshman.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, and the boys in my art class, they were really mean. They would push me to the floor and call me fat and tell me to kill myself. They were really mean to me.
Whoa!
Yeah, but anyways, that was a fun relationship. I think that's all I want to share.
Okay. Do you want to talk about the summer after freshman year?
Sure.
I want to talk about the summer after freshman year.
Okay, I'll go first then, because I don't have a lot to say.
Okay.
I worked, every day. That's what I did all of my summers, you'll notice.
Nothing
Not to spoil.
exciting happened that summer. All of my summers is when the most excitement happened, I feel.
See, like I said, it was I was in the weird, transition between so many different friend groups, and I've always been a very, I'll do anything sort of person, you know? Where it's oh, you want to do something? Let's go do it, you know? I don't care what time of day it is. You got a car and you can drive, I'll be there, you know? Because I couldn't drive. But none of my friends were like that. So a lot of it was me just, hanging out by myself, with myself. Or my mom. My mom and I would go on nighttime adventures, which was just going to Kroger and walking around, which is pretty epic. But anyways, my freshman year, the summer, it wasn't a lot of, doing exciting things. I worked. I went to Boston and Chicago. Or no, it was, East Side trip. We went to Boston and Rhode Island and New York City. And I had pink hair. I dyed my hair pink for the first time ever. I saw Wallows in concert. That was pretty epic. And that was kind of my summer.
Did you ever do any partying your freshman year?
Oh, no. My freshman year, there weren't really parties. There were, like, the popular kids, which was, like, 10 people would have, like, little get-togethers, but, like, nobody really, like, drank or anything.
I like to say that nobody drank my freshman year, too, but I think I just really wasn't invited to anything.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like people would, like, talk about things.
Yeah.
I just think I wasn't invited because everybody thought I was a snitch, which...
Really? Were you?
No.
Okay.
Knowing me today, I feel like people still think that.
Yeah.
But,
really?
I mean, you know me.
True.
Do I seem like the type that's gonna snitch out a party?
You might.
If I'm not invited,
Yeah.
I will. But, yeah.
Or, like, people did, but, like, in small groups.
Yeah.
You know? It wasn't, there were never, like, huge ragers my freshman year. It was just, like, with your friend group, you'd, whatever, in someone's basement.
Yeah. So, my summer...
Yeah.
...was very interesting. I did a soccer tournament in Detroit area.
Okay.
Which is, like, 3 hours from my house. And... it was like a state tournament type thing, and I was playing for a team I had never played on before, and I had one person that I knew on the team, and we weren't like the best friends, but we were like close enough where we got along.
Yeah.
And so after this soccer experience, I had all of the people on that soccer team added on Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them would start texting me a lot. This person was...
In what fashion?
Huh?
In what fashion?
Oh, just like texting me, kind of flirty.
Okay.
And he was... There was quite age gap between us.
Can we know?
No.
Okay.
And let's just say... So that was my freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
He was still in... I'll say he was still in high school.
Okay.
As of that, no. He was still in high school.
Okay.
So anyway.
Okay, that was good.
We ended up hanging out only like twice.
Okay.
And yeah, there were some things that happened there. And then...
Do we get to know what or no?
Do you want me to go into detail?
If you want to.
So...
If you want to share.
My pants came down.
Okay.
A mouth went somewhere.
Okay.
And
you don't have to tell me that.
You just...
Well, you said we were hanging out and some things happened. That could be a lot of things.
So, well, what happened is he was sitting on my couch and he took a
pillow.
pillow.
Your basement?
No, in my living room. He took a pillow and he was holding the pillow like this. And I was like, brother, what are you doing with that pillow?
Mm-hmm. You asked him like that?
Yeah. Well, it was probably more like... But I found out that men do that to hide their boners.
Really? That's when you found that out?
Yeah.
Wow. So he had a boner because of you?
Yeah.
Little freshman year you?
Little 13, 14-year-old
That's really embarrassing.
Isn't that hot?
Yeah. Just picturing you in your black shirt and your gold vest.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And my short brown hair.
Yeah.
And
oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'd say yeah. That
okay.
That was a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Then we stopped talking before the next school year started.
Mm-hmm.
And
so is he's still in high school the year after as well? It's just a question. Sorry.
Good question. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
So yeah, there was that. Anyway.
That's the only thing your freshman year that happened? Your freshman summer?
Yeah. That's all I can remember. I did the fair. I used to show sheep. I used to be a fair kid. I used to go hunting. I used to go fishing. I used to do it all. And yeah, so I had sheep at the fair. And I sent him a picture of my fair outfit because we were still talking at that time. Mm-hmm. He said I looked like the cutest farmer boy ever.
What a compliment.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, that was my first experience with a somewhat relationship.
Interesting. What a bond you two
Went
shared.
well, yeah. But it was my fault, as generally is.
What do you mean it was your fault?
Well, he told me it was my fault, so it was my fault
Oh, sorry.
that we stopped talking.
Oh.
So yeah, that was the end of that, and let's talk key takeaways here.
Wow, I can't believe you were like, I got so much to say for summer.
Well, I
and it was
realized I
one
couldn't
singular
actually
story.
say much about it.
Okay.
Key takeaways.
Everybody sucks your freshman year.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up in the popularity. Keep being you.
One
You'll
big
eventually
thing
make
I want to
friends.
say,
Oh God.
I learned this way too late in the game, like second semester junior year.
Well, shit. Why are you giving me advice now?
Well,
This is
because
the incoming freshman.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you are about to be a freshman, there is no need to put 100% into your work.
Yeah.
Give
Especially
it
freshman year. Jesus.
40, and you'll get the same outcome.
Yeah.
You do not have to try as hard as you think you do.
Definitely not. It doesn't matter. Literally nothing matters. Sorry.
Oh, and one more thing. If you think you're going to die before you graduate, it's actually probably not true. Because
You're not gonna. So do actually try
Yeah.
hard. Because, Sorry, continue.
So, like,
Passionate
you
about
don't,
this one.
you don't have to try. You need to put in minimal effort, but the minimal it takes to do well, if that makes sense.
You don't plan on dying, because then when you don't actually die, you're gonna be really fucked. And then you're gonna be at Grand Valley State University.
Here we are. I was convinced I wasn't going to live to see 16.
Yeah.
And then I was convinced that I was not going to live to see 18. I was
Yeah.
convinced I wasn't going to have to go to college. Here we are.
Me too.
No plan for life.
Yeah.
And so biggest,
takeaway.
you don't need to plan anything now, but just don't plan to not have to plan anything.
True. That's good.
Don't listen too much about what other people think.
Yeah.
And your friend groups aren't going to stay the same. Sorry.
Oh no. God, yeah, everybody says that, and I remember thinking like freshman year, I was like, they're so wrong. We're gonna stay friends forever. No, they're really right.
So that could go either way. You could be really sad about that, or
just accept it. People change. Don't dwell too much on other people. Don't mourn friendships too deeply.
Well.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's all for this. Good luck. I think that's all for our episode today. And we're going to make this a little mini series where we're going to talk about a different year every week. Yeah. And so this was Freshmen. You'll never guess what next week will be. You're going to have to wait and find out. But yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.